Good morning, Belton High School. I'm Brooke Truman, and you're watching Cutlass TV News. The football team is playing to the best of their ability in this postseason. Here's more about their upcoming games by America's Counts and CodyBurch.
Senior Nico Anderson said that it means a lot to him to be involved with the football team and play with his teammates since middle school.
What does it mean to me to be on a winning team? Well, I take a lot of pride in this team because the group of seniors I play with, we've been playing with since like 6th grade. So, us playing together for so long, it just means a lot to us to go out as successful as we could be. Did I expect the team to do so well this year? Well, after last year was very disappointing. We worked hard in the offseason in the weight room, so I knew the sky was the limit for this season.
Senior Darius Johnson said that he was surprised the team has done so well this year, but he's happy to still be playing.
I'm looking forward to the competition ahead and doing what we do as a team and winning games and to try to go win a district championship. I expect us to do so well this year. I knew that coming into senior year that we'd be a good football team, but I never knew how good we would actually be. I just knew that coming into this year that we would be good and have a lot more success than we did last year. Everybody came ready to work over the summer, even knowing that there was a chance we wouldn't have a season at all.
For CodyBurch, I'm America's Counts with Cutlass TV News.
The Laramie Project will premiere next week, both in person and online to stream. Here's more about the production by Tyler Fulton, Mason Fulton, and Brittany Jackson.
Sophomore Caitlin Morrison talks about acting in the play during the pandemic.
Since it is during the time of COVID, it is kind of weird doing theater being like a really interactive activity. We have to social distance, wear masks, so it was kind of weird at first, especially for like getting the facial expressions right whenever you can't even see each other. But with the play, the Laramie Project is kind of designed really well for this kind of situation because it is mostly monologues. So we all kind of get our own way to just do what we need to do without being super close to each other and still taking the precautions while still having a really important show for this time period. But definitely, it's still weird sometimes to have masks or face shields on. And
Sophomore Peyton Edmonds describes the challenges during the play.
It's very, very difficult, I will say that, because we have a lot of actors that are actually online, and so we want to make sure that they can try to get involved with it. So it has to be like a lot of communicating and like preparing beforehand. And then whenever we actually do practices and stuff, we have to make sure that we stay distanced and keep our masks up and stuff. And it's kind of difficult because we have a lot of people in the same room doing the same thing. It was like an entire week span that I found out exactly what I wanted to do, and a lot of stress, I'll tell you that. A lot of practicing, reading the lines, practicing, watching different plays of the same thing, just so that I know what the exact thing is that I'm trying to do is. Just definitely a lot of preparing and stressing about it.
Freshman Christian Getz tells about the technical challenges and what to expect from the show.
It's been kind of difficult doing the projection screens for the first time and doing the video equipment for the first time with COVID, since we had never had to live stream it before. You can expect to see projection screens, and we've never used projection in a play before, so you can expect that.
With Brittany Jackson and Mason Fulton, I'm Tyler Fulton with Cutlass TV News.
As the seasons change, sometimes mental health can decline. Here's a story about Belton's mental health focus by Brittany Jackson, Caleb Cormanick, and myself.
There is a lot of factors this year that could lead to poor mental health. Ms. Haglin is a freshman counselor at BHS. She explains the steps students can take to identify symptoms of depression and how to get in contact with the counseling department.
If any student student thinks that they might have depression of any kind, whether it's a seasonal depression or any kind of depression, my recommendation is to write down what's been going on. So a lot of times when I'll visit with a student who thinks they might be experiencing depression, I'll ask them to get out their phones and get out their notes pages and then say, let's write down all of the symptoms that you're having. So, okay, so you're not sleeping at night, or you're sleeping all the time, or so your grades have gone down, or you've lost interest in activities, and then say what activities you've lost interest in. I'll say, just write every single thing down that's just kind of different, that's difficult for you. And then I will recommend visiting with a parent with that list, because sometimes it's nicer to have a list when you visit with parents, and then that way, you can say, not get flustered about it. You can say, well, these are the things that have been going on. And then visit with a parent about going to see your doctor or a therapist so that you can rule out what's going on. Is it depression? Is it something other than depression? And then at least your doctor or your therapist can really look at that, make a diagnosis if there is a diagnosis, and then see what's going on, put you on a treatment plan so that you can feel better. So those are the things that I recommend when kids come in with those concerns. I'll also ask them if they want me to contact their parent and kind of let them know about these things as well, because sometimes it's helpful to have another person do that, and I'm very happy to do that. Some kids want me to, and some kids say, I know I'd rather do it on my own. And then we'll also ask if the student is thinking about hurting themselves, and do a little assessment in that way, just to make sure that they're safe with how they're feeling. So those are the things that I recommend as far as if somebody comes in thinking that they might be depressed. Well, the first thing that they can do, there's different ways to come and see us. They can email their counselor. Our virtual students, we do Zoom sessions with students. They can, on our counseling website, they can make an appointment on our counseling website. And then if they're having a really bad day and they need to see somebody right now, they can let their teacher know, I need to see someone right now, and then just come straight to the counseling center or to the freshman office, depending on if they're a freshman or a sophomore, junior, and senior. So if you need to see somebody right now, you come and see us right now, and we will have somebody who can see you.
For Caleb Kormanik, I'm Brooke Truman with Cutlass TV News.
TikTok remains a popular app among Gen Z, and a few Belton students are considered TikTok famous. Caleb Kormanik and Austin Farrow have more on the story.
TikTok is a very popular app with teens, and many BHS students have an account. Senior Maddie Nugent shares about her account on TikTok.
I started making TikToks the summer of 2019, and I started making them because all my friends were doing it and it looked fun. I think some people like them, some people don't, just kind of like everything else. I have 6,392 followers, and it feels good, I guess. Depends on the followers. Some followers just follow you to make fun of you sometimes. I guess it just depends.
Senior Corinne Moss explains why she uses the app.
I started making TikToks summer 2019, and I just did it because it sounded fun, and when I started to actually do it, it was fun. I mean, I think they like them. I mean, I know they do because they tell me, like, if, like, you know, they laugh or whatever, and they say it was a good idea or something like that.
Sophomore Lane Cross said that his sister was one of the reasons that he got involved with making TikToks.
I started making TikToks. I was at my sister's college, and I was chilling, and I just made a TikTok for him. I think it's pretty cool, I'm guessing. Me and Ivan and Christian used to make some TikToks and drew. I have like 90K. I haven't been posting lately, and it feels good, I guess.
For Austin Farrow, I'm Caleb Kormanik with Cutlass TV News.
Thanks for watching. Tune in next week, and as always, Carpe Diem.